So Cyganiak was started in 2007. We did a kind of alpha version before that. And there's both the software, so it lets you run your own data catalog with various features, and there's also Cyganiak.net, which was the original instance that the software was built for, which is a kind of wiki-like data registry. So if you run your own data catalog, you can lock it down or have it open. You can be very traditional, restrictive. But particularly Cyganiak was, we thought at the time, slightly innovative, and we were trying to build something that was kind of wiki-like. The community could come and contribute and find open data, because going back 3 or 4 years, it was actually extremely difficult to find any true open data that was actually licensed, that was actually available. So the thing I'm going to do now is it's going to be a slightly interactive session. I'm only speaking for 3 minutes, but you can do this on your laptops rather than check email during the rest of the session, which is the challenge is to go to Cyganiak, I've just clicked off it, and I don't know, pick a country. So you don't pick the UK if you can, because it's kind of done. But actually the US would be interesting, your own home country, and your challenge is to go and register a new data package. So you go to Cyganiak.net package and you register a new package, and the aim is to find your spending for your country. So can you find machine readable, and it may not be open, it may be closed. You could note that in the notes field. You could say, hey, I found a load of great data for my country, but it's completely unclear what the license is. Can you find spending budget data for your country and register it on Cyganiak.net? Register it with some name like, spending dash country name or ISO code, whatever. You can make up the name you want for it. But that's the challenge for the rest of the session, to kind of introduce you to it. If you've got a laptop, open it up, go to Cyganiak.net, go to package/new, Google around on the net and see if you can find in machine readable form, and extra bonus points for a link, at least the terms and conditions, on your government's probably statistical website where they have spending data. And we could find out which countries actually have spending data, so your tax money, where it's going, in machine readable and probably not open. You'll be lucky if they actually have a license that allows you to do anything with it, at least in theory, up there. So, and that makes part of this clear. Anyone can go and register a data package, and other people can come and clean it up. So for example, just the other day, do I have it resto, I'm now doing it wrong. I don't know whether I'm running out of time, but I've got plenty of time. Here was, if I do it, why don't I search? That's a much, not used to my Macs for a while. Resto.net, let's see. I've not found that one. Let's have a go. Resto.net, I think it's -ca. Will it find it? Yeah, okay, so this was one I actually registered the other day. And what was interesting was, maybe because I tweeted the guy, but immediately after, as you can kind of see here from the entry, I put this in. One thing I complained about a little bit was this is an amazing site, the guy's going to scrape the data. He hasn't, as far as I can tell, I can't find a download link to the data. If you go there, it's a bunch of, it's Montreal, someone's gone and scraped, basically.
We're going to do it.
You're going to do it, you're going to do it.
It's on the to-do list.
You're here, it's on the to-do list, it's really amazing.
We're going to give access.
So what was cool though, right, fantastic. And what was cool was the guy, maybe Jeff, if he's there, or are you Jeff?
I'm working with
Well, you're working with Jeff. So Jeff came about 5 minutes after I tweeted him and entered his contact details on here. And what would also be good is if you, for example, if we did have a downloadable resource for this, there's automated tools that talk to Cyganiak, for example, that allow you just to go and download that data. We're working with these amazing guys at Derry. People do know people, Freebase, Gridworks, now it's Google Refine. There's something that will just talk to Cyganiak. You can say, give it a package, it will go off, look at the package resources, and download them into your local Google Refine engine. So that kind of stuff. So it's there to start supporting automated sharing, reuse, and redistribution of data and cleaning up. So okay, so the challenge in this session is, I guess the prize, maybe if someone comes up to me and says, I registered the package, we'll give you a free OKF t-shirt with the best, most machine readable data. And even bonus points if you take the data and clean it up and re-register it back on. Okay, I think that's me for my 3 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to spin on the story a little bit. So here we go. So this is Cyganiak. This is a community-maintained registry of hopefully open and machine-readable data packages. And so it's by no means the only data catalog in the world. We've seen probably 20 of them on the slides already today. And so here are a few more. So this is Datagov UK, the national one in the UK. So this is one that was just announced 2 days ago. It's local government data catalog from County Fingal in Ireland, the first Irish one, so we're quite excited about that. OpenGov.se, a Swedish one that's not run by the government but by a citizen initiative, and so on. There's around 50 of those catalogs that I know of worldwide now, and more coming, so more being announced all the time. So, and so that's great. We have these catalogs of open and machine-readable public sector information. But I think it's really important that not just the data registered in these catalogs is open and machine-readable, but I think it's really important that the catalog itself should also be openly licensed and machine-readable, so that the catalog itself is open data as well. And many of these catalogs already are available in a machine-readable form. So sometimes there is a CSV file, sometimes there is an atom feed, sometimes there's machine-readable RDFA markup embedded in the catalog pages. Sometimes there's a JSON API, like in the case of CCAN. And so something that we started looking at is coming up with, so proposing a standard format so that you don't have to deal with all these different formats, but that there would be a uniform way of accessing these catalogs. And so this is what we call DCAT, the data catalog vocabulary. And yeah, so we've done some work on this. So here this is kind of a draft, how this looks like. It's based on, so that metadata model is based on Dublin Core and SCOS. And yeah, so we're working on this within the W3C e-government interest group. Yeah, if this is interesting to you, yeah, join the group and talk to me. And with that, I'll pass on to Martin.
Thank you, Richard. Okay, and I will bring that a little bit more further, because what we are doing at the moment is an FP7 integrated project that started in September 2010. It's called LOD2 for Linked Open Data 2. And I will give you a short overview. What we are doing is taking the CCAN and taking this vocabulary and taking lots of more things and putting an L to the open data thing, and it's linked open data. So this is creating knowledge out of interlinked data, the LOD2 project. In a nutshell, you see what we are going to do. Important, we have three use cases: media and publishing, enterprise data, webs, and open government data. We'll focus on the open government data one. But we think all three fit together and have to be one package, because the economy needs open government data needs the enterprise data, and so on. You see we have 10 partners out of 7 countries. Lots of, say, one of the most important organizations working on linked open data in Europe. I'll give you just a short overview, maybe we can talk about it a little bit more afterwards. It's hard to explain this in 3 minutes, but this is what we're going to do. You see there are much more tool sets what we would like to bring together in a LOD2 stack to enable linked open data in these 3 use cases. In the open government data use case, what we think is maybe an ideal test bed for linked data, we work on this pan-European registry or open data portal, to say it like this. What you see, we work on regional levels, we work then on country levels, and then there are levels of European areas like Eurostat, for example. And this all needs to be kept in mind when you speak about open data system or linked open data system or open government data in Europe. You see here a few cooperations. We work close together with W3C working groups, with OKFN, who's a partner in the project, and so on. You see a few groups here more, and here's something what we're going to do. And then I would like to bring 2 things to you. The one is an offer from the LOD2 consortium that is called LOT2 Public Consultancy. You can find the link here, and outside we have a table on the street market where Thomas and I will sit there and can talk to you about this. What we offer is to lower the entrance barrier for potential data publishers, a consultancy, a free consultancy by the LOT2 team, up to 5 selected organizations. At the moment you can go onto the website and put in just a short proposal if you are interested in how to publish your data in linked open data. And then, guys from the LOT2 team will come to you and support you a little bit in how this is working. This is open until the 20th of December 2010. And the second thing is I would like to ask you for support and help on this, because to build such a pan-European open data portal, we need your support or we need your help. So please go to this URL I've put here, the survey.lot2.eu. There's a survey running until the 17th of December, where we try to ask basic questions and your questions, your requirements from several stakeholders, no matter if you're a publisher, if you're a consumer, if you're working with open government data, and give us your input, what is really important, what you think is important for a pan-European portal, so we can use these requirements to put together, for the requirement specification, to put a better and good stack, lot 2 stack of technology for a pan-European open data portal. Yeah, that's from my side. So just come outside, you can fill in the survey outside too. Thank you. That's
Fantastic. So